Drink water? It's happening. It's really happening. Hello there, listener, and you're welcome to the very first episode of the Ranting Atheist. My name is... Can't say that yet. I'm not yet out. And that is why I'm starting this podcast. Nigeria is a country soaked and dripping in religion. If you're not a Christian, you are assumed to be a Muslim. And if you are none of the two, you are assumed to be a Babalawo worshipper. But when you are none of the three, people kind of have this 404 error moment. Like, How is that possible? Is that even possible? For those who are even aware of atheism, some of them will say, so you believe in science. The way they refer to science like it's a deity, like it's a god, like they just believe you have to believe in something that their mind can't even fathom that, hey, there's a life without having that kind of dogmatic belief. They look at atheists even worse than the traditional worshippers who do blood money and all that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Nigerians, the myopic thinking is so, even among intellectuals, is so terrible. Even with all the internet that we have, our exposure is just so and being an atheist in Nigeria is so stressful. And I would say I am very fortunate that I was brought up a Christian, because Christians by default are either pacifists or at most they are passively aggressive. Violence is not in their nature. In the name of the Christian religion, the days of violence have passed already, with the Catholic and the Eastern Orthodox Church fighting each other. So Christians are majorly peaceful. All they can do is passively attack you with words or actions that are not violent directly, you know. But if I was a Muslim, especially in the north, even let's even look at it in the south. My dad was brought up a Muslim and he became a Christian, and his mother isolated him from the family, to the point that he's the firstborn, kind of stripped him of his so-called birthright as a firstborn, because he decided to become a Christian. I wonder what would have happened to him if he told them he was an atheist, meaning he doesn't believe in any god. It would have been a mind fuck for them to believe such a thing exists. So that's the thing about atheism in Nigeria. Nigerians don't know such exists. Those that know it exists have so confused it for something else. They think it has to be science that replaces the God belief. It's just a different set of people with a mix of misinformation with another set that are so deluded that you're just like, I don't even get time to explain anything to this one. This one I meant. So what is atheism? Because that is the one thing when I have a chat, face to face with someone that is trying to argue for God, I ask, what do you believe? In my small circle, that I've told them that I believe in God. I ask them, what is atheism? Who is an atheist to you? And I get funny answers. But even me myself, when I became an atheist, I also had to like, what is even this atheist? Because it was during my questioning stage that one of the people around me, especially at work, now asked me like, yeah, are you sure you're not an atheist? I was like, oh shit, that word. I was like, well, maybe, because this Christianity is not looking like what I thought it was. So I may as well be an atheist, because which other religion do I know? I don't give a damn about any other religion. Fuck those ones. Now, atheism is just the absence of theism, which is what? The absence of the belief in a god, of deity. Some will go as far as say the absence of the belief in the spiritual and all that crap. But me, I take it as a lack of belief. I do not buy that crap anymore. I don't buy that shit anymore. Born and raised, my parents are pastors. They are going to be heartbroken, but I have to calm down. I am still living with them. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not smiling. Things are hard, so I have to live with them. And they are my landlord, so I need to pretend. I have to be the wary that is disguising. So, atheism. People are always, people that are atheists are usually afraid of saying that word, because that word has been demonized. It has been bastardized to see it as you are worse than a human, that atheists are less than human. So we need to start using that word. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any God. I don't buy all that crap. Because when people start telling me, I'm like, guy, you want to start talking about, okay, you don't want to go to heaven, you want to go to hell. And I ask, guy, which heaven? Because Muslims have their own definition of heaven. Christians have their own definitions of heaven, and that's working within the context of Nigeria. I don't even know about the Juju people, because for every tribe that exists in Nigeria, they have their God. In Yoruba, there's Ogun, there's Oya, I don't even know self, but plenty for every tribe, every sub-ethnic group. There's always their juju or whatever that they are worshipping. So that one is even another mind fuck of his own. But let's just take Christians and Muslims. Those are the two predominant religions in Nigeria. When you tell me that, guy, you need to believe in something because you don't want to live this life and end up in hell. I'm not. Which hell? Is it Muslim heaven? Which hell? Is it Muslim hell or Christian hell? Because before I became an atheist, I did not give a fuck about Muslim hell. I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know they had the concept. Did I really have a concept? I never kept my mind that Muslims talking about hell. Because it's always about hellfire, all liars will go to hellfire. God will say if we are in danger of hell. A carrot and a stick phenomenon. If I'm good, I'll go to heaven. If I'm bad, I'll go to hell. So my reason for being good is what? Heaven. If there was no heaven, I'll go batshit crazy. Can you see how retarded that is? Like, that's fucking stupid. Whoever that came up with that heaven and hell concept, it shows their small-mindedness, how little they think. And because we were raised to believe such, our minds, when we're growing, our minds were defenseless, because for us to survive, we have to believe our parents. That is why we are raised in a religion, most likely. 9 out of 10 times, you can easily guess the religion someone belongs to based on where they were born, based on the family they were raised in. So why is that? Nobody asks that question, and that's because religion doesn't allow critical thinking. So the reason for this podcast, why I decided to start a podcast, first of all, to be able to let out my thoughts, frustrations on religion, on culture, tradition, on politics, things in general that just concerns Nigeria. Because as Nigeria is right now, Nigeria is hopeless and helpless, in the words of Amici. And I believe that because the Muslim North are ready to take violent actions against the Christian South. But the Christian South are not ready to make any move. They believe God will come to save us. Then the atheist is looking like, it's either we fight or we jackpot. So the question is, how many atheists are there? We need to start gathering ourselves. And that is why I decided to let out what I think out there. And whoever that cares to listen will listen and reach out. And let's start building a community of millennial and Gen Z atheists who do not buy the religious crap our parents fed us. Knowingly or unknowingly, most likely unknowingly, because many of them, they genuinely believe it. I know my parents genuinely believe it. They taught me this with a lot of love. I'm grateful that they chose to be Christians and not Muslims, because Muslims are very unforgiving. My father's mother hasn't forgiven him till tomorrow for living in Islam. So I believe that the day I come out, it will be tough for them, but they will still choose our relationship over the religion, I believe. But if not, fuck them. If they choose their religion over their child, I would like to say, fuck them. But if they choose me over religion, it's the love. And I believe I hope they will choose me. But if they don't, it will not be the reason why I'm living. I will teach my children to think for themselves. Critical thinking is what I'm going to teach my children. Learn to ask questions. Question the unquestionable. Nobody is above question. No pastor is above questioning. Yahweh is not above questioning. Adebo is not above questioning. Oyedepo is not above questioning. Oyakhilome is not above questioning. No motherfucking human being or entity or thought or concept is above questioning. Question every motherfucker. Question everything. Nobody is above questioning. That's all I have for today. Have a nice week.